Welcome to this video of Peer Talent Development. We help professionals work together.
So do you recognize it that you're in a meeting and there's this one person who continues to be taking his turn, speaking out of turn, continuing talking on and on and on, and there's no way to interrupt him or her? There are two ways to approach this: through active listening and through reflective listening. So that's what this video is going to be about today. Active listening. Active listening, we use the theory LSD. So L stands for listen, S stands for summarize, and D stands for deep dive or drill down. What you do is, if you actually listen to somebody talking, you don't just hear them, but you have to do something with it. So that's where the summarize part comes in. So if somebody is talking and you're taking it in, it is polite to give some feedback that you're actually listening. So summarizing what that person said actually makes them feel that they're being heard because you're giving back what they just said. But next to that, it's a really good way to put a halt to somebody's speech. So if they're continuing and continuing, it's easy to say, okay, just give me a moment, just to recap what you just said, and then you talk. So L, S, and the D is for deep dive drill down. There you can ask clarifying questions. And by doing that, you can kind of direct the conversation. So that's active listening. But there's also reflective listening. Reflective listening is a bit different. It's about the different levels of communication that you can have. Usually we focus on a topic. When you have a conversation, you're in the content. So content is the first level of conversation in the CPR methodology. C stands for content. We also have a P that stands for process. So those are conversations, kind of meta conversations about what's going on. Then you have the R, and R stands for relation. Those are conversations about how you are in the conversation, so how you are feeling, what you're bringing with you. So those are personal questions, usually personal conversations. Most of the people stick to the C, because C is safe. C is about content. If you talk about the process, you kind of address something that goes well or doesn't go well. And that's a bit tricky because it's a bit more scary. And R usually is really scary because then you actually have to ask somebody how they are feeling. Most of the people don't do that, especially at work. They stick to the C and sometimes to the P. But if you take the same example of this person who is talking and actually taking the meeting hostage, you can go into an argument, a fight on the C. You can also address the fact that he or she has been talking for quite some time and that they're taking up too much time in the meeting. So you're addressing the process. You can also address the fact that you kind of feel that there's a need for them to express more and take more time. So you can ask them if something is wrong, if they need to address something, if they have something on their chest, which makes it a whole different conversation. So that's also a way, using the C, the P, or the R, to play with how people are with you in the conversation or how a conversation is going. So you can use LSD or you can use CPR. They both help as long as you are aware of the situation and you don't let yourself be kind of dragged into it, but you keep alert on what's happening. You can use both to steer it. So for the coming period, I would like to advise you, if you're ever in a meeting or a conversation, a one-on-one conversation basically, it goes the same way, and you think you need to address something or the conversation isn't going the way you actually like it, try some LSD. I know it sounds funny, but try some LSD. And also try some CPR, and hopefully just our CPR and not the real one. Have fun.
If you want to know more or get in contact with us, please visit our website at www.peertalentdevelopment.nl.